Good morning, humans. I'm going to do my makeup for you. Are we gonna call this soft alt, romantic goth? Who knows? This is my everyday makeup and it's just what I put on my face. Um, First, this La Roche-Posay under eye cream, because my under eye bags could rival a vampire, quite frankly. So I did that already. Everything I believe is vegan and cruelty free, except I'm not sure about the eyeshadow because it was gifted to me because I was on the hunt for those colors for a while. So I don't wear foundation. I wear this Paula's Choice. It's an SPF and tinted moisturizer, but it matches with the pH of your face. So at first you just kind of look shiny and like you have like a slight pigment, and then you let it sit for like 2 seconds and you're like, oh my god, my face is one even color. That's lovely. So I just smear this with my hands, and I'm gonna do that and then wash my hands, and then washed yesterday's concealer out of the beauty blender because that's the order of operations I like to do. That's how I wet my beauty blender every day. Okay, so probably do about that much. And I didn't clip up my hair. It's gonna get everywhere. It's gonna be lovely. We also like to have our hair made up, you know? Yes, this is exactly how I do things, by the way. Blended into my skin tone. So there's that. So then I'm gonna wash my hands. I just grabbed my beauty blender, but I have to actually go get some soap for that because this hand soap that was left in this building smells delectable, but it's like light and fluffy and it's not gonna get in the beauty blender. But look at my fun water glass. Cause whimsy and fun. My towel fell. So I use my bath towel. I also, to dry my hands and squeeze out the water from the sponge. But I excused for interrupting the lovely shower of the spider that showered with me. And you should not kill spiders, period. But if you need more of a reason, they will kill and eat all of the other bugs. That's why you don't see as many when you see a spider, even though I did wake up with a spider bite, so that's fun. Also, they tend to avoid you in your routines. So if you see them, like I just showered at 1:30 p.m., you're probably not doing things like at the times they expect humans to be in that room. So, you know, the more you know, I guess. So I'm currently, this is gonna be so hard, I'm gonna have to look at this mirror. I have been using the Ilia in the shade Arrowroot, but I started to get low and apparently they don't sell this color anymore. So I tried to order another one and I'm like really pale, especially when I'm in Maine, like gray and somewhat translucent, and you can see my blue-green veins. Like I am translucent. So I got this one that's like corpse colored, and it actually ended up being too gray for me, which whoa, didn't think that was possible. So I ended up running into a convenience store in the town my college is in, and I got an e.l.f. one, and it's a little bit more warm toned, and I prefer yellow tones because I think that they contrast the gray very nicely and the purple tones that I have, but also I think yellow undertones are just breathtaking, and so anything that I can like tweak my natural skin color towards that direction is good by me. So I end up just kind of mixing these because I haven't found a new Ilia one in my actual shade, but that's where we are. I actually just think I ordered one, so that's nice. We'll see if that actually works because all of these are getting low, and I ended up having to kind of use a setting spray, we'll get to that in a second, in like every stage, because e.l.f. is lovely in a lot of the things that they do because they are vegan and cruelty free, but they also are really cheap and accessible. And so for most things, you don't need a nice version of things, so that's lovely. But for base, they're just a little too thick, and in an attempt not to look cakey, I had to blend things out a lot, and I couldn't really layer or get great coverage, and then I had to dampen things like a million times so that they would melt together and look like human skin. It's getting more and more alternative the more I keep talking. I'm like me and my shout or spider and my gray or my black shirt. I can't fucking speak. And my translucent ass skin and whatever the fuck I just said. I need more coffee. Turns out the one I had was decaf. Love that for me. So yeah, I'm just, I have like no light in here and I'm really far from the mirror. To blend the best you can is the goal here. And normally I have a method to my madness, but with something this thick, I'm really just like, make it all look cohesive is the goal. And then I'm gonna take some of this more, I'm shedding, sensory nightmare. Oh my God. I was gonna wear one of those cute robes, but sweating after the shower is the #1 sensory nightmare, so. I mean, unless there's good reason. And even then, it can be annoying if it's not worth the while. I feel like very few people are gonna know what the hell I just said. Okay, my inner corners are particularly fucking purple. And I do have a little creasing on the under eye here. So because of the cheaper concealer, currently I am setting in every phase, again, just kind of melt it all together. And please ignore my nails, they need to be done. I'm just using water, and even more DIY, I am using an old hair detangler bottle. So yeah. It also smells like citrus and vanilla because that was the scent of this, which I can't stand. So that's been nauseating for me to spray on my face every day, but I guess beauty is pain, is that what people say? That doesn't seem friendly to neurodiverse people whatsoever. Everything's a sensory nightmare. It's really hot in here. Okay, I'm gonna spray my face now. And then you taste it a little bit just for fun. So my blush color is At Last by Ilia as well, and I just do this right at the apples of my cheek, blending a little bit up onto my cheekbone, and also going across the bridge of the nose because I am forever doing that cold makeup trend because I always want to be back home in Maine. So, or literally anywhere, a Scandinavian country, a European country, fucking Alaska, just make it snow, please. Okay. Also, sometimes that is looked a little patchy when I'm rushing, so I'll just take the Beauty Blender with a little bit of the concealer left and just kind of soften the edges of that. And then, like I said, we're spraying every phase, my guy. Now we contour. I probably should have been smaller before hitting record. I'm using Milk Makeup in, I was gonna say in Sculpt Stick, that's what it is, in Smolder. I know so little about makeup and I like cannot be bothered. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of people really love it. It's just not my fun thing. And for the longest time I was using actual bronzer that had like a orangey base for my contour. And then when I just like surrendered to pale is very beautiful too, and that's who I am, and I don't like this. I love the sun. I respect the sun. I don't like the sun. Then I was like, I'm gonna try one of these cool tone contours I keep seeing the goth baddies talk about. And then I was like, oh, we can sculpt the face and not look fucking orange. This is something that matches my skin tone. What do you mean? So I highly recommend this if you're in the same boat. Although I don't think this generation has that problem. You really need it to be like a early 2000s beat the house down kind of, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. This is why I'm not on the internet, guys. I'm like cringy grandma. I don't know things that are trending until like 27 years later. Oh my god, I'm gonna be 27. Wow. My half birthday is at the end of summer. So technically I still have like, what, 8 months? But wow, soon. Writing about life and our lifetimes and what we do with them, but let's not keep talking about mortality, Morgan. Okay, so for setting powder, I quite literally use arrowroot powder because you could just get like a giant bag of it in the baking section. Not face baking, cookie baking section. It's literally the same shit. Actually, it's not. It's one ingredient. It's better for you. And I just put that on a fluffy brush and put it everywhere. Also use it as dry shampoo. And if you have darker hair, you can mix it with other powders. Like, I know some people mix it with cacao for brunettes, and I've even seen for people who do that like incredible red velvet cake color, beetroot powder. There, now you have dry shampoo, you're welcome. But yeah, I just mattifies it for the entire day and keeps everything still. I don't have the patience to actually bake, I'm just setting, but I will also take this kind of eyeshadow brush and I will really set the under eye and inner corners because again, I just have some creasing there. And also, because I have oily skin, for some reason only on my right eye, but I will get like a mascara line like right here, which I haven't since I started doing this. And I used to like actually set with store-bought powders before, and this is really the only thing that stopped that. But yeah, despite them being blonde and straight, I have very long eyelashes, so when they're done and I blink, the oil on my cheekbone like smears it. But anyway. And then I kind of just brush off any excess and set one more time. Everything's wet. Ah! Sensory nightmare. Okay, so we're gonna do eyeshadow. I have the laziest approach to eyeshadow ever, where I take this two-sided Anastasia, I probably butchered the pronunciation of that, Beverly Hills eyeshadow brush, and there's like a short, tighter rounded one and then like a fluffier one. It's only pointed because I washed it. And what I do is I go from the lightest color to the darkest color. I apply everything with the smaller brush and then I just blend it out, any rough edges with the fluffy one. And that is the entirety of my eyeshadow routine. So what I've been doing is I have this like smoky neutrals palette. I was hoping it was a little bit more purple, but we will end up using, oh god, not that one, this kind of like purple dusty lavender gray in the outer corner, but that was kind of the color palette, like I wanted a gray purple smoky eye, and so that's why I originally got this, but then I ended up getting a more lavender. Why is my voice cracking? I haven't talked all day, I've been writing. Lavender lilac. What is with the vocal fry? I've literally been giving people vocal training all term and now I'm just like talking like a fucking valley girl. That was pitchy as fuck, my guy. Okay, so yeah, I start with the highest points, white in the inner corners, white along the brow bone, and then I switched to this, which literally had a darker navy sparkly color, and it all fell out, but luckily I was using that one the least. And so I have this sort of baby pink, trust the process, blend that with the white into the lid. We're starting to get up on the lid here. And then also the rest of the brow bone, like where the white would touch the rest of the color, just kind of like right above the crease. So I'm gonna do that to both eyes. Be right back. Okay, I'm really messy with all of this. Like in person, you can see there's literally like piles of where I just like smeared it on because we're gonna brush it away. So then with these two, I covered my entire lid with this one, and then this that's like a little cooler, a little brighter, I just pack that on top to really accentuate the purple. But yeah, we're just getting purple everywhere, and there will be a little bit of fallout, but I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so that's the purple all over the lid, and then we're coming back with that gray lavender taupey thing, and we're just doing the very outer corner and kind of blending it into the crease to add some dimensionality. That's the whole thing. So I've taken the fluffy brush and I've sort of blended that out. It's pretty soft and it tends to match my hair. My hair right now looks a little bit more blonde because I've been doing a temporary silver lavender color, and I'm looking to move permanent, but this is literally 1 week out of like finals and my friend's graduation and moving everything into storage and flying here and everything. So my hair is what it will be, but it tends to match a little bit better when I've touched it up. But then I'll just take the fluffy brush one more time, and why is it so hot? Everything's a sensory nightmare and I'm sweating profusely. I'm gonna find a man. Okay, yeah, swipe all of that fallout and then just like touch up those outer corners. Spray and set it one more time. Okay, this next step is the single most important step. You are going to take a wet towel, washcloth, I don't care, whatever you want to do. Preferably a reusable one. We're not just like wasting paper towels or wipes on this. But we're going to wipe our eyebrows and wipe our lips to get the face makeup out of them. Nothing bothers me. No, that's not true. There's millions of things. But one of my biggest pet peeves is if I'm watching somebody do makeup and they have like concealer lips and they just put lipstick on them. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, so I'm gonna do that and we shall continue. You know, it feels really good to be more unmasked and blunt and honest about my experience and how it's consistently been overstimulating, but also what is the fuckery of humans? Knock that off. So anyway, I am taking a spoolie brush that is quite literally washed from a travel mascara. And because these are my natural brows, and this is a very light, smoky eye, leaning pastel, I am just brushing them out, and that's it. But I don't know if you want to use a pencil or a pomade if your eyebrows are lighter, or you have a crazy hair color, or you have a darker eyeshadow look you're going for, do your eyebrows, man. You know, it's your face. Yeah, I'm just kind of brushing them into place. For the most part, they kind of look like this, but I don't know, they look like a little bit more groomed. If I align the hairs, why is that getting all wavy? What the heck is happening there? Is having a fit, and that's totally okay. And then sometimes I just keep this little like fluffy brush because I'll be aggressive with my brows, and in Maine it's so dry that sometimes I'll like flake up skin, and so then I'm just like, that doesn't need to happen. And that's that. This is seriously like the least Beauty Guru routine you've probably ever watched. I'm spraying this setting to melt my makeup together literally every step until I have mascara on, because I'm putting non-waterproof mascara and I don't want that to smudge more than it probably already will. So then before I do my lips, I always put on lip balm. I use Soft Lips Cherry for those weirdos who want to know. I'm kidding, it's magnificent and one of the best smells ever. So please never come up and smell my face if I don't know you. But yeah, luxurious, beautiful. Love it. And then my favorite lipstick, I've gone through several more darker, moodier berries, more like American Woman by NARS, but this is just the easiest for every day and for every look, and I already have a sort of mauve-y berry lip, but I have poor circulation, so sometimes it gets pale, and so I think a lip pulls together the softness and femininity of a face and the like bold sensuality of a face better than any other thing. And so lip is probably one of my most important things besides like mascara. I would probably say brows if I had to do something for my brows, you know what I mean? I think they're really important for framing the face. But anyway, this is e.l.f. and so it's super accessible, guys, and it is Shameless. So this is like my everyday color, and you can, you know, intensify how much pigment you put on, but I tend to, on the top lip, concentrate it on the shape of my Cupid's bow, and then on the bottom lip in the outer corners, blend it all together, and then I kind of soften the edges and the even distribution of the pigment with my finger. And that is every morning. And after everything I eat, and every couple of hours anyway. Then we do eyeliner, just because I'm also a really big lash girl. I think that they make any look. And I just like to tightline because I really think it makes it bold and incredible. Sometimes I'll do the under, you know, that, not tightline, waterline, but I find that like sometimes it gives that like really smoky, sultry, smoky eye look, and then sometimes it just like smudges everywhere and it looks like my dark circles are accentuated. And I know I have like pretty bold features, but they tend to be like pretty fair in the light as well. Like my hair ends up being like very silver and my eyes are hazel, so they end up looking more green than everywhere I film where they look black. But anyway, what I start doing, which I'm going to do off camera because I have to be this fucking close to the mirror even with my contacts in, I'm gonna tightline the upper lash line and then curl my lashes, put on my mascara, and then because there is some stamping that happens with my blinking and with the eyelash curler where it removes some of the eyeliner from that tight line, and there's a little natural transfer to the lower as well in that process, I will just tightline once more. So I have just a basic eyelash curler, and I have a bunch of like new pads for it, but they're all in storage. So this one is lifting and also split in half and also has old eyelashes in it. What are you gonna do? Such a terrible makeup routine. And then I have my Too Faced Better Than Sex, which is my go-to mascara. I currently just have a travel because I used the Living Daylights out of my full version, so I decided to toss it while I was traveling, and I just haven't gotten a new big one. So yeah, I will do that. I'll catch up with you in a minute. Okay, that is everything. Sometimes I go a little bit more bold with the lash, but I don't know, the summery vibe is making me feel more natural. I don't know why I look like I have so much disdain in my face. Maybe I just really don't like summer, especially that I am currently somewhere that's really bright, hot, and humid, which are the most terrible sensory things. But yeah, that is the look. That is what I put on my face on an almost daily basis. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was somewhat entertaining or helpful. And yeah, I'm just gonna go back to editing and writing until I am catching a movie and some dinner tonight. That is my plan. So yeah, I don't know. Hope this helped. Bye.